I guess I should go ahead and in a couple of days I've been in the room. I guess I should call this last few videos at the foot of my bed or in my bedroom. It is a complete mess. This is what happens when the wife goes to work at 5:30 in the morning. I don't get my ass up until 7. Don't get me wrong, I get up at 5 and I do some things, but then I don't really start doing my man of the house chores until around 7. Let me turn this heater off for a second. You have to give me a break for 1 second. To let you know this is better than a reality show, this is real reality. These are my actual long johns that I've received for Christmas time. As you see, there's no doo-doo stains. See? Or cum splatters, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Sex mark stains. So you see, I don't know why I fell asleep with a DVD player in the bed last night. Hell, I was doing. These are the painkillers that they give me that don't work. They gave me the placebo. It's kind of cold right now here in California, so a lot of people bundle up indoors. And you know, in the economy we live in, you can't just sit and turn the heater and all that stuff on. And you know, it's daytime, the sun is out, and I know it's cold, and you know, there's a almost 19-year-old kid in the next room who can't find any college classes. Great. So two people at the house, and it's like, you know, turn the heaters off, you know, put on some damn clothes. For the last 4 or 5 days, I haven't been able to work out because matter of fact, I haven't worked out in a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. But for the last few days, I haven't been able to work out because of my foot here. One of the best gifts I got for Christmas was the Reebok weights. These weights, they got that dial thing here. 12 pounds a piece. They got this little dial, right? And you put them on a base and you turn the dial and you go from 3, 6 to 9.5 pounds on the dial. Works perfect when you use the Shape Your Fitness workout 2012 for Xbox Connect, and it also works perfect when you use that the Nike personal fitness trainer. I haven't been on the Biggest Loser workout in a while because when I tried that, it was so painful working out with Jillian. It was so painful working out with Jillian. It was so painful working out with Jillian Michaels on a video game. I couldn't walk for like 2 days. And then on the 3rd day, I turned over. So what brings us to what I want to talk about today? Not my health, where the other day I ate a watermelon and I hopped on a scale and I weighed 203 pounds. I am extremely out of shape. My teeth are hurting and I gotta get some things fixed. But the last few days, it reminds me of when I was younger. I was in a relationship I really didn't want to be in at the time. And I'm in this relationship and I'm trying to get this girl to go home. And she wouldn't go home. Like a punk ass, chicken shit coward, bitch ass motherfucker. I was a little punk, man. I told her to get up or something, she wouldn't get up. And I tried to kick her in the ass. And I'm saying this because, you know, I'm 40 some odd years old now, and you look back as when you're a little kid and you got these girls flocking over you and you're trying to get rid of one of them. You think about all the dumb shit you've done to try to get rid of women. Hell, I think I kissed one girl's best friend just to try to get her to break up with me. She wouldn't do it. What else did I do? Tried to kick that girl in the ass. She wouldn't leave. I mean, shit. I went over to this one girl's house, and we was getting ready to do something. I set it up, and I said, baby, put my jacket over there. And she grabbed my jacket. A crack pipe fell out the jacket. She wouldn't leave me. So I did all this dumb shit and stupid shit as a young kid. And when I put my foot on that girl, that was stupid. It was dumb. Because now in my 40s, it has been on an average every morning in the 30s. And if I live back east, it'd probably be colder than that every morning. And I'd probably be in more pain. The thing is, when you're young and stupid, you don't think anything that'll come back on you. And when I got up the other morning and swung my ass around, and you know how you swing your legs around and your feet are just about to hit the floor, my feet hit the floor, and I jumped so high my head almost hit the ceiling because the pain was so enormous. And the only thing I can remember is when I kicked this girl in her ass in 1990. I think it was 1990. Get up! Get out! I literally kicked the girl, and then I hurt my foot, and she laughed. I think she laughed that day. And I'm like, get out! Boo-hoo! My leg! My feet! Or whatever the hell I did back in the day. And when I woke up the other day, and I couldn't walk, and I felt the pain across the bridge of my foot, and all I could think was, I remember this pain. I remember the last time this pain happened. And I also remember having to go have my foot wrapped up or something happened because I had to go to the doctor. And then I'm saying to myself, well, I did stub my toe the other day. I stubbed my toe so hard that the toenail was busted on the tip like it was a car accident. That shit was dented in. You feel me? Like, bam! You know, the scrubbing when you want to cuss out the table or kill the table, that's how hard I smashed my toe. But did that cause the pain to wake up in my foot? I don't know. It's the same foot where I had the broken ankle. The ankle don't hurt. Only the bridge across the foot, same exact spot, same exact pain I felt over 20 years ago. And you say to yourself, when you do things now, how does it affect you? I used to always tell people, when we vote on something now, it affects the future. And then I just saw something on the news, which I'm glad is not on right now, because the sound of the news would be overwhelming me. And the guy says, when we vote on measures in these bills to fix our budget, and they say, we will save $60 trillion over 10 years. Well, the average, electoral cycle or whatever for the president is 4 years, or 8 years if he gets reelected. But when they put forth these budgets and these proposals that'll balance the budget in 20 years or 15 years, we do have to take in consideration that there's going to be other elections before this budget will ever balance the budget. You get it? And different politicians will change the structure of what was put forth in order to balance a budget. In other words, the things we do now can ultimately affect us later. Now, being stupid enough to want to kick somebody and thinking this is going to make them want to leave and go home was dumb. But I feel the pain now, and I felt the pain then. From a dumb decision to place pain upon somebody else for my own personal gain, just to get rid of someone. And this pain that I'm experiencing, I don't like pills. Shit don't work. I can pull out some Vicodin. Don't work. I'm telling you the truth, and I would not lie to you folks out there. I literally, last night, took an oxycodone, and it did not work. All day yesterday, I could not walk on this foot. And here's the kicker, folks. Here's the kicker. Today, I told myself, wait a minute, Romeo's outside barking. It's getting on my nerves. Let's take a break. Get on in there. Yeah, I know, you fools saying you got up mighty damn quick because their leg's supposed to be hurting. But hey, since I told myself I was going to the doctor today, apparently, you know how your human body is. I'm taking my ass to the doctor today. All morning it's been walkable. I can walk on, oh, it's getting better. It's a mental thing. You don't want to take your ass to the doctor. People are paranoid, scared to death of the doctor. Come here. Come here, boy. Troublemaker. Come here. Come here, Romeo. Troublemaker. Find what you're looking for? Go. So, made me lose my train of thought. Let's get back to something else I was talking about. Well, when you make decisions in the past that ultimately hurt your future, you think about all kind of different things, different intangibles. So when it comes to the pain that I'm having in my foot, when it comes to the foot itself, when you look at the foot, there's no swelling, no redness, no irritation. It is just pain. And when you look back over a couple of days or the weeks with this foot, my hair looks crazy, crazy. And I stubbed the toe. It's true. I was wearing some Nikes. And here's the kicker. Now, a couple of weeks ago, like I said, I was working out and everything, and I got all these Nikes. So these ones are for running and all that stuff. Well, these other Nikes here, sorry, they're not looking clean right now. These Nikes right here, these are not for running, and they're pretty much flat on the bottom, no arch. I've been wearing I got a few pair of these like these ones with no arch support, and as you see, these ones right here clearly have an arch cut out in them. You can actually feel more arch support in the inside of the shoe than you can the other one. So I'm thinking maybe my arch is slipping and it's causing this pain in that region of the foot where it was broken. And you know, it's just so ridiculous that this pain is where you stand up. Alright, now I'm taking the shoe off, which I had extra tight. Somehow yesterday it was so bad I couldn't walk. I immersed my foot in some damn near boiling hot water, loosened up the muscles and everything, and that made it feel a little better. But now that unwrapped it from the way it was. Now, I don't never recommend showing my feet to people because people are very judgmental when it comes to people's feet, and my feet have been washed and cleaned for this video, but I decided not to show my feet. But when I'm looking at them, which you can't see because I'm looking at them, there's no swelling, there's no redness, no nothing. There's no purple, no irritation, no veins popping up crazy, none of that. It's just pain. Well, now you're understanding. Now, it's been 14 minutes. What's the moral of the story? Pills don't cure every ailment. Some pain, self-inflicted. Oh, see now, the bottom of that foot hitting the ground straight up. The pills don't cure nothing. You can roll the dice and keep gambling and never win one dice. You can try to reach a goal but end up tarnished. Gold end up tarnished. Current. Yeah, well, whatever. Stupid ass cliches never work. But what I'm saying is this. As a man, I'm experiencing this pain mainly probably because I put my hands on somebody else when I shouldn't have a long time ago. And sometimes when you do dumb shit, it comes back to hurt you. I'm talking to young people when you go out there and do stupid shit. Like, arguing with a woman and trying to kick them in the ass, tell them to leave the fucking house. And why I'm mentioning this shit all these years later, because it has been about 20 years, it's because when I kicked that girl in the ass, I really thought she was going to leave. And when she had to give me a ride to, I think, the doctor because I hurt my foot, I felt real stupid that day, too. And now, all these years later, and I haven't seen this person in a long damn time, they'll probably see this video and put it on Facebook that I'm talking about them. Blah. So, what I'm saying is this, young people. Your actions now affect you later. And just like when you go vote, when we go vote, it affects us later. What we do now will definitely come back later. It's like throwing that pebble in the pond and the ripple effect. When the cold snap hit us, I didn't think that the pain would, be so bad because I did feel a little bit in a different part of my body. I'm like, oh, it's just because of the cold. But when the pain hit my foot, it reminded me of another time when people were stupid. When New Jack City was just about to come out. When the hood was all good. When, a man's word was his word. And, you put it down, you put it down. Slap a hoe, you feel me? And when you look back, that was all a lie. Because if I would never been raised that way, I never would have thought I could just run somebody off by kicking them in the ass. When I could have just used my voice saying, it's over with, get the fuck out, go home. Now, hindsight is 20/20. As I couldn't walk all day yesterday, thinking the whole day yesterday about kicking that person in the ass. What is the mental ramifications of what I just went through? If I had a time machine, I'd go back to a week before I kicked that bitch in the ass and tell myself, hey man, putting your hands on bitches is a waste of time. You already know this. The next week, you're going to want to kick a bitch in the ass. Instead of kicking a bitch in the ass, go buy the bitch a bus ticket. Call it a day. And for the women out there who are watching this video, understand this. Not all women are bitches. And when I refer to a person as a bitch, I refer to them as a bitch in a manner to where to just say this is just somebody who at that period in life did not have the fortitude to be in a situation to where they would not be overwhelmed by being in a so-called jungle fever situation. In other words, when you give a white girl black people, when there's black people accept a white person, a white girl, in some situations the fact that this person is accepted by others other than themselves will go to their head. In other words, once she got the cornrows, she thought every nigga was fucking hers. I'm black now. No, it's because you got a big old ass and some titties and shit and suck a dick or some shit like that. That don't mean getting some cornrows make you a sister. Booyah. Bottom line. But still, as a man, in 1991 or 92 or 90, you should never put your foot on nobody's ass. And in 2013, as a young man in this world, you shouldn't raise your hand or have to be angry towards someone to change the course of a relationship. If you with somebody, be adult enough to tell them that you don't want to be with them no more. Or start an argument or a fight, and 20 some odd years later you'll wake up and you can't walk, or your hand will be in so much pain, or your shoulder, or your knee, or even the foot you have to stand on. So think about yourselves when you go through life and every decision you make. I'm not saying I was an abusive man, but I've done abusive things. And when you grow up in a society where a man has to be a man, your balls, your balls got to be so big you can ride the motherfuckers. When there's an image that you live up to, and the image itself is wrong, as a man, you just got to deal with it. But there is no man out there. There has never been any man out there until just now. I'm the first man to admit that we make mistakes. I am the first man to admit that we make mistakes and we try to fix them. We try to fix them by all means necessary before they come to light. And as a man, talking about making mistakes and trying to cover up or fix them or trying to make them better. Let's take it one step easier. Let's break it all the way down to the simplest form. Sometimes we are rude to people. And once we catch the fact that we're being rude to people, we go out our way to make those people that we were being rude to understand that we're not rude people. Is that easier to understand than what I tried to explain the first way? In other words, as a man, we live an image, and sometimes the image is not a good image. And sometimes when we notice that we've done something wrong or we've been bad, we try to fix that image. And we can't. See what I'm saying? In other words, I'm not talking about Lance Armstrong here. But you could use that analogy on Lance Armstrong. As a person, when I was younger, I thought I could put my feet on somebody. And as a 43-year-old man in 31-degree weather, my body is telling me that the decision to kick at somebody was wrong. And every man is going to go through different points in life where you will reflect back to a different time where a decision was made. Everyone goes through this. The key to being a good person is understanding when you made the mistake and knowing that you'd never made it again, you wouldn't make it again. But understanding when a lesson was learned and reflecting on that lesson that was learned is a sure sign of that you're becoming an adult. So as a 40-some-odd-year-old man, recognizing the wrongs that I've done as a kid, shit, that was over 20 years ago, actually, come to think of it, shows the ridiculousness of American society. You know, I can go back to several different memories, and it's ridiculous. The things that you have done in your past that come back and pop up in your mind at the most. I couldn't call it an opportune moment in your future. Another thing, young people, the way you're seen at the bus stop, on the train, in the mall, even in school. The image in which you portray now can and will come back. Whether you're the same person now that you were then, nobody knows, nobody will know. But understand this. What you do now will come back and revisit you later. Be an adult and notice that old friend knocking on your door. Notice that old decision, that old I'm going for it. every memory, every decision. Remember, everything you do not only affects you, affects those around you. If there was an emergency yesterday when I could not even walk because I could not stand on one foot, and I went, it hurts, my foot hurts, there's no one to help me, I can't walk. There was a serious disaster, some shit. I've been hurting like a motherfucker. Wobbling. I've got up out of here. But why am I in pain? A pain I should not have. They say when you break a bone in the cold weather, it affects you. The older you get, the more it affects you. When you're old, all your bones creak and pop and snap. Listen. Popping and snapping. You know, you just call that pop locking. It's because when it first was made up, old brothers was doing it, and when they were doing it, you can actually hear the bones pop. You can hear it pop. You don't believe me, but check it out. You'll find out it's the truth. You know, there are some times where the weather will affect you in ways that you will never, ever know. So, young people out there, keep your bodies intact. Once you break something, it's never the same again. This has been broken. This has been broken. That has been broken. Of course, my mind has been broken. You're never the same again. So, think about the things you do, the actions you take. Keep your hands to yourself. Respect other people, and all else fails when you're in a relationship trying to get rid of somebody. Tell them, I don't want you no more, go home. I'm only mentioning this shit because, like I said, I remember kicking somebody in their ass all these years ago for no apparent reason at all. It's just I didn't want to be around a person anymore, and now in the exact same spot, in the exact same level of pain, I feel it. That is unnecessary pain that I got to be going through because I was fucking stupid and young. So I'm telling people, before you put your hands on somebody, oh, one more thing. Before you go quick to jump on somebody else behind somebody else's words too, people. I have a cousin of mine, I'm not going to say nobody's names, but he was chilling with his friends, and one of his friends pointed somebody out and said, that fool owed me $5. So my cousin didn't give a shit. He pulled out his shit, fired 4 or 5 shots off in that direction. This 20-year-old man, you won't see him until he's 76 years old. 20-year-old man, you will not see him again until he's 76 years old. Because that's what happened when you shoot somebody and kill them on a humbug over $5 that wasn't your $5. This world we live in is filled full of stories like that. People will live life for now. And the sad part about this 20-year-old man being gone for all these 50-some odd years, he's going to get, is he will probably live to 56 odd years. Prison. Alive. Based on a cat. Decisions, people. Decision to slap somebody. 32 years later, that person is on some jury and like, wait a minute. I used to date that guy. And he slapped me. Murder! Bam! You never know. Acting a fool in public and then having to go to a job interview the next day, and there's that same person. You're like, punk, punk, trying to punk somebody on the bus, on the train. Next thing you're in a job interview. Bam, there's that person from the train, person from the bus, cussing somebody else out in the supermarket. There you go, calling for help. Your voice sounds familiar. Same person from the supermarket that you was attacking verbally. So our actions constantly have reactions. So when we go through life and we complain about stuff and we do this and we do that and we do this and that, we need to understand that when we do things, it don't always affect just us. It affects other people. So if you don't want nobody hurting your mama, your daddy, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, aunties, nieces and nephews, don't go out there and hurt nobody else. Because you can jump on somebody because you thought somebody jumped on you. Find out that person ain't the one that jumped on you. 3 months later, you somewhere kicking it in a house full of people. Everybody's your best friend, and you find out, oh, your new best friends is the same people that jumped on your ass last week, or last month, or last year. This world we live in is a hell of a lot smaller than we are led to believe. It's a big vast world, and all of this and all of that, and all of these resources everybody's clamoring over. Decisions are made based on the future. Let's make decisions now that will guarantee that we have a future. Oh well, these conversations I'm having with you guys, they go from 40 minutes to 30 minutes or whatever, and I don't know. I could be talking in a circle, but this is my philosophy. And the whole 2013 will be based on my philosophy. I'm not going to talk about the next black guy shot down by a cop. Oh, the next black or white situation. Oh, the next government plot. Oh, I'm going to talk about things that some of my friends on YouTube have brought up. I am working digitally. I'm working hard on a project based on something that Big Bear said months ago, and it won't get out of my mind. It just won't leave my mind, so I've been working on that, and I got some serious footage, and everything is going to be good. But I can't talk about situations and subjects that we've been talking about for the last 5 years. Oh, black people, white people, the black woman, the white man, the black man, the white woman with the black man, and the Chinese kids with the Filipino grandparents. I don't understand what the hell this shit is. The Mexican people taking jobs, the white people hating the black people. It's just bullshit. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about shit that's other than bullshit. I want to talk about the Golden State Warriors. I want to talk about the Oakland Raiders. Not. But I want to talk about stuff like that. I want to talk about sports. I want to talk about... Say I want to create a sport. I like movies. I like creating movies. I like ideas about movies. If I sit here and I tell you about an idea I had about a movie, I'm telling the whole world about an idea about a movie. And then when you see the movie come out based on an idea, you can say, they stole that from me. I want to give the world my ideas, my inventions. I want to give the world my philosophy. But why? A, I can paint my hair purple, pretend like I'm gay, and do it, and then I'm like, oh, he's the greatest ever. How does he get his voice like that? He must have some gay in him. Oh, wow. He's the greatest ever. He's like the male Lady Gaga. It's a damn shame when something different but normal is not considered worth checking out. In other words, I have to act like I'm something I'm not in order to get people to understand me. There's no way that you can ever get me to live an image because that is the American downfall. We try to live images. And what is an image? An image is a picture. What is a picture? A picture is a character. What's a caricature? You know what I mean? It's like if you draw a picture of a man, he has to be buffed out. Then if you put a background of that guy up there, he has a job, he has this, he has a truck, he's the man. But then there's a basic reality, and the basic reality is you are what you are, or you are what you got. See what I'm saying? So what are you? If you have nothing, then you're nothing. If you have family money, you are a this or you are a that. See, the problems we have in our society is that we try to live up to an image, and our images are what's the word I want to use? Our images are sometimes based on fictional characters that could not last or live in a real reality. The pimp image. Well, the image of a pimp and the actual pimp is two different damn things. My father was a pimp. My mother was a pimp. So you think about it. Well, no, there's no such thing as female pimps. Well, there's no such thing as female pimps in your world. But then you see some of these female pimps, they're all lesbians, right? My mother's not a lesbian, but she's a pimp. So where's the, finality to that? It's the image of a pimp is the black guy, look like Huggy Bear with the big fucking hat, not the petite black woman pointing her fingers at motherfucker. See what I'm saying? The image of a pimp. You got to have the big gold glass goblet, like Magic Don Juan. It's the image of a pimp, right? Pimp got to smack his hoes down, right, to get the money, right? Right? What is the image of a pimp? And now think about that image. Now, what is the image of a hard-working man? Do you look like the father from the Brady Bunch? The father from Father Knows Best? The father from Ozzy Osbourne? The Osbournes? The father from what? What is a successful man? Hard-working what? The image of a man has changed. In the hood, it's like, you gotta be this, you gotta be that, right? In the hood, what is the hood? What is a hood? What is a hood? A hood. Hood of a car. Neighborhood. A hood is a neighborhood. Right? So what are the guys like in the neighborhood? The kids. Because the real men don't hang around in the neighborhood. They go to work. Construction. Office. Any job they can. But the image of a man in the United States of America is always the construction worker, the police officer, the fireman, the garbage man, the janitor. Those men with jobs, service jobs, the bus driver, the doctor, the architect, the office manager, the warehouse manager. And in some communities, it's the guy with the fancy car. It's the guy, this, that. It's the image. And where are we getting our images from in the United States of America? We're getting our images of what a man and a woman should be through our televisions, through our tablets, through our phones. How are we teaching our kids how to be what they should be, how to learn and be around other people through our technology. So, whether you understand the premise of this video or not, this is all based on my philosophy. It's a twisted philosophy because we live in a twisted time. We're all twisted. We're all based on an image. We all live up to an image or live down to an image. We all try to live up to a standard set by somebody else. And it's all called living up to the Joneses or keeping up with the Joneses or whatever the Joneses means. We can't be ourselves if we're too busy trying to be other people other than ourselves. We'll never find any solitude or any fortress of solitude for our own state of minds if we're too busy trying to be like other people. And our decisions that we make now inevitably come back to hurt us later. In other words, we need to do the best for ourselves and those around us to make sure we have a pain-free future. You understand what I'm saying? Messages in the middle. Figure it out. I can give you books, my mother used to always tell me, but I can't make you read. I can tell you riddles. That can make you think. Figure it out. Stop hating everybody else. Love somebody. And you've been tubed.